Yeah, my balance went. It's tough to do 77.
Man, well, good. Well, good to see you.
Looking for this kind of can.
Yeah, thanks, Warren.
Well, there's more than Amazon, I was sitting on the side. Oh.
Oh, this is receipts. Okay.
Receipts, one balance. I see.
I say that all the time.
What do you see when you say it?
He's a fly man to its letter. That's what I said.
I skipped the last part. Remember that part. And I have a question in mind. Double. That thing is not a deadbolt, it's just the. Yeah.
I'm getting more spam texts lately.
Show me which one to look
All
up.
kinds of spam.
Yeah.
It's the one on.
Yeah, and stuff like.
But when I got.
But people, I
And
mean,
I,
yeah, these ones.
last week I got a bunch. Yeah. It didn't have my. First one came in. And name on,
Another scam one.
Yeah,
I got one from Tiffany or from Tiffany.
yeah, I got
Same one.
I wonder if that's Mark with our security. Just check it up on.
I went into spam or on that one, went into junk. I didn't even look at it.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not opening it because I think.
I think you want.
So I got one that said, oh, you received a targeted phishing attack. Right, and then
I got that too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you hear? Less than about 5 minutes. Quick review.
Worries. All right. I mean, order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a look at the minutes and look for approval.
I've read them and I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign. Passes. Take a look at the vouchers next. Pretty short list this period.
I'll make a motion, pay the payroll and bills in the amount of $48,986.96.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Logan, a second from Ruth. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. We had no correspondence. We'll move on to citizen comments. We had a couple sign up. Diane Grover.
Yeah, she had called me and asked to be put on the agenda and my bad, I forgot to add her, but she wanted to talk about Ninus Road.
Okay.
Well, hi, I'm Diane Grover. And we live on the Ninus Road. And currently the road is in really tough shape. So we are here to discuss what can be done, repairs. We know, yeah, we can get it better.
I'm assuming we're talking the blacktop stretch of Ninus.
Blacktop part portion, correct? Yeah, yeah, that is in need of much repair. Josh, any plans or anything for Ninus Road? or-
Logan and I discussed a while ago, and we still kind of got to discuss some more about it. We've, kind of looked at maybe milling the road down. So it can be gradable, because then we can maintain it until we can come up with a plan. But as of now, that's kind of the only kind of solution we can come up with.
Yeah.
I don't know, Logan, you had any words on that?
No, I think reclaiming would be good. Maybe there's a few knowing soft spots that maybe excavate and before reclaiming and then reclaim it. At least then, like you said, we set the base up a little bit better for should it get paved in the future, but at least it's manageable. But I know we've been talking about trying to figure out what our game plan is for any road work this year. So we should probably do that sooner than later. So if we're gonna be milling or reclaiming any other roads, it's all on one bid.
About how long is the paved portion of Ninus?
Mile and
Mile
half.
and a half.
About a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a mile from Thomson to Jay Cook and then a half mile from Jay Cook to Silver Grove. Okay.
The first mile between Thomson Road and Jay Cook is kind of the worst section. It's got a very poor subgrade, and it's not holding up to traffic on there.
And I think when we had talked about it last year, I posted a
Yes, we
ballpark
did.
price about 120,000. Just kind of a guesstimate to have that reclaimed.
I think I gave you a price per mile for the annual meeting. Probably done some calcs on that.
Yeah.
So can I just question clarification? When you say reclaim it, you mean bring it back to dirt?
Yep. So what a full depth reclamation is it's similar to milling. So if you know the milling machine where it chews it up, but instead of hauling it away, it goes down about a foot and it mixes everything and it pulverizes, so it leads to a more homogeneous base.
I got it.
So everything just kind of gets mixed in and then it is gradable, but it's not pure crushed blacktop that can re-solidify on the surface. It's manageable, it's gradable, but it does make for a good solid base for future paving.
Thank you.
So yes, it is on our radar.
And it would be done when?
Well, we don't have it, we don't have anything scheduled at this point. I know that if we were gonna pave it, we would be looking at doing it next year when the county does a lot of other paving in town. Because it's gonna be a good opportunity for us to get some paving done. I don't know that it'll happen that fast. Nathan and Josh have been working on putting a list together of roads that need the work the most. I know that's gonna rate relatively high, but is it gonna be the first one on the list? I don't know yet.
Can I get back to you and find out more later, or?
Yeah, I can keep in touch with you and let you know. You can always give me a call. I'm sure you probably still have my number. If not, I'll get it to you. All right, moving on, we had another, is that Nancy Anderson?
Oh,
She thought it was a sign it was.
I thought.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, that's all right. All right, so that's all we had for citizen comments. We'll move on to old business and legal RFP. Gary? Or Tiffany?
Yeah, we had to reschedule. We originally had planned on doing it before this meeting. That didn't end up working out. So it's rescheduled for next week. There's one of them is gonna be here at 4 PM on the 28th and the other will be here at 5 PM. So hopefully you can all make that work.
Right?
And I did get notice posted,
I saw the special meeting.
so.
So, and just to build on that, if we can be here a few minutes early, we can hand out the question and answer sheet that we're gonna use and the scoring sheets. And we can go over that at that time.
Yep.
It'll only take 5 or 10 minutes.
So let's plan on, well, can you be here at 3:45?
I took the whole day off.
Okay.
I'm chaperoning that day, so.
Let's plan on being here at 3:45, so we have our ducks in a row and ready for their first interview at 4.
I'll be here virtually for those.
Okay. All right, next, under old business is fire department roof. So I was able to get two proposals. One from Commercial Roofing at $49,677 and one from AW Kettle at $44,700. I guess I have a lot of experience with AW Kettle working at the school. They've done a couple of roofs for me there and a lot of patching and they do excellent work. So I would suggest we go with them at a lower bid of $44,700. I do think, and Logan can attest to this, that we should put aside a little bit extra money. Because there's like 3 panels, steel panels, that this is the very bottom layer. It seems solid from up on top, but they said once they get the old roof off, they'll be able to look at it better. And I think there's gonna be a few panels that need to be replaced. And they said that, you know, of course, it's gonna cost a little bit to do that, but I think we should, you know, maybe go 10% extra or approve up to 50,000, maybe.
Not more than 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a motion with Tompo's recommendation to go with Kettle and not to exceed $50,000 for roof repair.
Second.
Motion from Ruth, a second from Logan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign. And the good news is AW Kettle has a crew actually working in Cloquet right now. And they said that they would pull them off that job and have them come do it like while they're right close in the area.
Cool.
So I'll let them know. All right, moving on to new business. Gila Town liquor license renewal.
Nothing's changed on it.
Nothing's changed. They're just looking for their renewal. They provided the statement of township approval that will forward on to the county.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the license.
I'll second that.
Do we have any discussion on that?
So the only thing I wanna say is, would this be an appropriate time? And I'm not trying to reopen floodgates, but maybe consider lifting that restriction and allowing them their name on the sign.
I think we leave it alone.
I think I'm gonna agree with Logan on this one.
Yeah, I think the outpouring support that they receive from the public. Personally, I think the board made a mistake in putting that stipulation in, and I just, you know, they've done well here from what I can understand, and I think they've been a good business, responsible business owners, and you know, they have maintained that name of the restaurant, and everybody in the town already knows them as that. So,
Have the business owners made any requests as such?
Not me.
Thank you.
Should we do those as separate motions or
I don't think we can have separate motions.
No, because those,
they're tied together?
they're tied together. Those stipulations are tied to the,
Well, if they haven't asked for it, it would be almost inappropriate for us to go forward with it. And not that I disagree with changing it, but this might be an opportunity to put to them.
Well, more or less, it's lift the restriction. If they don't have to change it, their sign. But then they're free and able to if they would like. It didn't look like their sign was remanufactured. It looks like they just
painted
covered
over
it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much it would take, but like I said, I think they've been responsible and the board made that decision. I wholeheartedly believe they did it incorrectly, assuming what the general public kind of desired, and after the fact, it found was not the case.
Logan, if there's a future business in, are we gonna change the restrictions again?
Well, we do every time a business goes in.
yeah, I think what he's asking is just to remove that line in the restrictions saying that
They don't have to come in for a permit?
alcohol, no, that alcohol can't be part of the name.
So line item, I believe it was one, said that they couldn't have tequila on their sign. And I'm just proposing that we eliminate that stipulation.
I'm gonna refer this to legal. Is there some comment that you'd like to make on this?
My opinion is similar to Gary, that if they're not asking for it, then why are we considering something, a change to their conditions that hasn't been requested?
Did they know they could request it? I mean, I don't know. For a renewal, I don't know if they even knew they could request that.
Did they know they needed a permit before they put the sign up?
That they did not know.
Okay,
But I don't know if that was necessarily their fault.
well, if they're not, they can get a permit or the restrictions were already laid out previous.
But I
to the sign
can,
Going up.
but I can tell you this, there's nothing in our sign ordinance that would not allow them to have. If they did not apply for a liquor license, they could have Tequila Town up on their sign all day long and they'd be fine. Nothing in the sign ordinance says they cannot. The board took it upon themselves to put a special stipulation that I think was overreach. And like I said, this doesn't mandate them to change their sign. If they want to keep it the way it is, then so be it. I just think at least if they choose to put their actual name, because as we see on their application, they still have the name Tequila Town, then they have that option. That's the only thing I'm saying. They're not forced to change their signage. If they want to keep the sign as is, then so be it.
Well, they will come up against us again next year, right? Can we make them aware of this if they are interested in doing this, to approach us and we would reconsider it at that time? I'm just uncomfortable with doing something like this. First off, without them knowing it. Secondly, without more discussion from the community. If this had this much impact, you already went through this. Now to slide something, just take a restriction out without some input from the community seems inappropriate to me. And not that I don't agree with you, but I do think that the pushback that you might get from the community might be greater than we realize. I don't know if it is or not.
Well, I can say sitting in the meetings that took place, the vast majority of people were in favor of them of keeping the name on the sign. So I just, I.
Why
have a
did
hard
you,
time
why did you make the decision that you did? The board was different at that time?
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah. So, and again, we have that opportunity next year again to do this with, I think, transparency, and I think that's important for us as a board to maintain. And again, not that I don't disagree with the decision in the first place, because I do.
I mean, I guess when does the liquor license have to be renewed?
I think it's
Is it
annual.
annual?
I don't know the actual expiration date. I can check on that.
It's usually July 1st to June 30th. That's why we hear these in May, so that, because they have to submit, I mean, that's, I can.
You gotta go through the background checks. and
Yeah,
all
there's
that with the-
kind of a state and county process, because we don't issue those, there's the county issuing them.
Right.
So,
I just figured it was a year from when it was issued, so I didn't know when their previous one was issued. So,
Yeah, generally, I mean, all the ones I've ever dealt with are June, they end on June 30th and they renew on July 1st.
I agree with Gary that we need to be more transparent with this instead of just going ahead and arbitrarily changing the restriction on it. Give it another year, talk to the business owners and see if this is their request. And if it should be their request on redoing it, I think at that time, consideration should be given.
Yes, John.
Why not just table it till the next meeting and talk to them?
That's what I'm thinking. Let's talk to
We've got
the.
time to do that.
Do we?
Yeah. Do we? I don't know. Do we have time?
I don't know the renewal process, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's an absolute deadline in this. This is one of the checklist things they've got to supply.
Yeah, I
Because they might not want to reopen the can of worms either.
Yeah, that's why I questioned the kind of the unilateral thing, you know, on us. So if they request it, then I think then the board would certainly consider it, so.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, let's table it till next meeting and talk to the owners and see if.
who wants to be the point of contact? Anybody? I can.
I'll be gone.
Yeah, I'll reach out to them and see what their thoughts are.
So this, we're gonna do at the next meeting.
Yep.
Yes. Do you need anything in writing or whatever?
You need a motion?
No,
No.
in writing from, like, do you need does the board request a written request?
I would say if they want to, yeah,
Okay.
they should actually request it in writing.
Okay.
Logan, what we've done before on those is that if somebody wants a change, when Pete had it, and he wanted to change, he would tell us what he wanted changed on that, and that was part of the submission that was considered by the board, so.
And like I said, the only thing is Pete's a lawyer. So he knows a little bit. They might just not have known. And again, it's, if you lift a restriction, if you lift it, nothing forces them to act. They can keep it the way it is if they want to keep their sign. Now, yes, if we just go and change the stipulations, then that I feel is unfair, but it was just something that I thought might warrant a discussion.
Yeah, it's good discussion.
So table till next meeting. All right, moving on, MS4 Stormwater Liaison. Nathan?
Yeah, I was gonna let Nathan speak to that one.
Yeah, so, we've been working with staff to get the township in our ducks in a row on the MS4. And one of the things that, is apparent is gonna be just, needing to have some board, back and forth, decisions made. And then on all the other areas in the township, there's a liaison that we can communicate one-on-one with. So I was thinking, just for the ease of not having everything in the board meetings, if we could create a stormwater or MS4 liaison from the board, I could work with whoever you would punish with that. And then we can just move a little quicker on things. So that would be my request. It'll be fun, super fun, everyone.
That's what the previous liaison said. It was a
Yeah.
blast.
So one of the first things is the township has to select two items off a giant list every year that you want to tackle and address and highlight. And so you want to focus on dog waste or not dumping your oil filters in the river, whatever you want to, whatever is pressing at the time. That's just, it's something that the board cares about. And we can help make those decisions, but there should be a little bit of buy-in from you guys too, so.
I think it's a good idea. Who would like to be the stormwater liaison?
I feel you like.
Everybody.
I might as well do it. It coincides with the roads and I probably, of everyone up here, have the most experience with our storm system, so.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
How magnanimous.
Magnanimous. Do we need a motion to
We
that
should.
too? So you can't back out?
Yeah, because we do approve the appointments at the reorganized
Yeah,
meetings.
so
Yeah.
let's have a motion.
So we can pay, I mean, we can piggyback it off roads too.
Yeah.
For now, I don't know if we can.
So the motion is to put Logan on the commission.
That'll be the liaison. I'll serve as the stormwater liaison.
I so move.
Motion from Gary,
Second.
second from Nathan. Any more discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 I,
Opposed?
Tony, the only thing I would say, Tiffany, when, you might make a note on the annual meeting that we have, the first meeting of January, when we appoint all those people, and just make sure that that's,
Add that in there.
add that on there to the list, so,
For sure.
okay, otherwise we'll,
As a separate one?
Right.
Right.
Tie it to the road.
I think you, I mean,
Separate.
I
Make it a separate one.
But right
Yeah.
now, I mean, they kind of coincide.
Yeah, that's a good.
you're right under fence viewer.
Weed inspector.
Assistant weed inspector.
We inspect.
All right, personnel reports, Leah.
I just want to say, hey, thanks, I'm back.
When we say that, thanks, you're back.
It's kind of nice to get back into the whole of it again, instead of kind of piecemealing it while you're often sick and recovering, so, but the one thing I wanted to ask is, we've been talking about another person, and if we shuffle offices in there, we would like permission to approach another business again, to come in and kind of design the space and get some estimates on different configurations for that. We'd ask for permission first instead of just going and getting an estimate, so.
Yep, so I think that's a good idea.
That's something they've done before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they came in and
Yep.
kind of laid everything out.
If you have someone else in mind, maybe you can ask also.
What was your first recommendation? I didn't.
Northern Business.
Northern Business. Yeah, or innovative, whatever they go by now.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking, setting up that back office as an office and shuffling stuff around and, you know, moving some of the storage that's in there and creating an office. We were thinking maybe putting Leah in Dan's office, and Dan said he is okay with moving to that back office. But so that Leah can be close to, monitor and help train that new person. And so the new person can be the first point of contact is what our thinking was.
I like that.
Sounds like a good plan.
Like I said, come up with a plan.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was our plan.
okay, I think we have approval. Anything else, Leah?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Casey.
For the month of April, the sheriff's office had 127 calls for service, which I handled 109 of them.
All right, Josh.
Road crew has been out, we're kind of swinging away at culverts, installing culverts, and then a couple of new driveways we've been putting in for driveway entrances for new property being sold for new homes coming in. We've been out grading roads and equipment maintenance, and we assisted with the smoke testing that went on yesterday with Nathan's crew. And next week, we plan on trying to do some patching if material's available. I believe the plant is open or will be opening next week, so that's on our radar to start filling in some potholes.
Sure.
That's all I got.
Sure smell like blacktop down there.
All right, Nathan, any big news for us?
Yeah, we were in smoke testing. We actually tackled it all yesterday. It doesn't sound like any smoking guns, but there were plenty of, broken cleanouts and things like that where we got fix-it tickets on. The WSSD sent out a letter, the township had an exceedance on the sewer. So we're gonna have to do a letter just stating what the conditions were around that exceedance.
Which lift station was it?
Your total flow.
Oh, total flow.
You exceeded your allotted 1 million gallons per day, per minute, per hour flow, so.
Does it coincide with that one day that I think I talked to you, Josh? You were trying to chase down.
Yeah, we did find that. It was a busted off clean out in a swamp and we had that emergency repair done on it 2 days after that.
Okay.
So we did fix that, but they do also have another clean out that's leaking, but not as bad. It's a slower drip. But I do have a letter sent out to them for a correction notice.
Okay.
So, and that's gonna be tied into that other project that we already did, so with the contractor.
Sure. Oh, smoking gun.
So good insight. Yeah, I was working on that with you too. The other one, paving for Riverbend is gonna be, I believe, next week. We had, everybody out to state or, to Blue Top, it's what it's called, to get it up to grade, but they have the gravel pretty high right now, so.
This is Randall,
Randall, yeah.
Riverbend.
Yep, for Randall, sorry. We met with staff on the MS4 here this week, so we're on plan together on that. Making some headway on drinking water, just fleshing some things out like we had been talking in the past. And then we're starting to pull cost estimates together to put into a capital improvement plan. NIMUS will be on there for us, it's gonna be just for one of the projects, and we'll have to, I think the way we'll do it is I'll identify the projects that I'm aware of, compete with road and sewer liaisons and see if there's any others. And then we can meet with the board to figure out where on the priority things go. So, yeah. Those are the highlight items.
All right. Move on to reports from board members.
You're gonna let me do the big one?
Oh, yeah.
You might as well, you own it.
So, the capital investment bill was passed by the state legislature on Sunday night, and Thomson Township is receiving $1.5 million for our capital investment request. So I'm really happy to see that go through after all the lobbying that we did. Right?
Nice.
The fire district, I got an article sent in for the Esko's Corner, so that should be coming out soon if it has not already. Fire district met last night. The facility project is on schedule and on budget. We had a project update from Carl Sanderson. We received about a $40,000 state grant for reimbursement for runs that don't generate any revenue. So if somebody calls and then they administer treatment but don't go in the ambulance. Unfortunately, the fire district's legislative efforts were not successful this session, so we'll be looking at trying again for special district aid and local option sales tax next session. Hired 5 new paid on call staff and beginning to work on the sale of the current facility. There's options that they're exploring for that. And then I know Kyle's not here, so Chief Hughes had chatted with me a couple days ago and then talked with Kyle as well. But this isn't something for us to jump on right now, but just in the future to potentially have a discussion to see if we would be interested in having a joint powers agreement with CAFD and Carleton on an aerial apparatus. And we would be able to just get an engine instead, and then we would have a JPA for that apparatus. So something that's been suggested and something to think about. That's it.
All right, Gary.
So tough act to follow. I just have a couple little things. We talked the last time about the park and some of the upgrades that we're working on. They haven't set a work day yet to get some of these things accomplished. They have ordered some of the parts, the cabinets and tables. One of the things that they ran up against is nobody wants to put their money down to pay for it. So I suggested that they just get us the invoice. We would pay the invoice through the standard payment process and get that moving, have the equipment delivered to the pavilion or to here, whichever works for the delivery service. And then move on and get that done. One of the discussions that we had last meeting was the playground equipment, and you were, Tony, you were going to give us some vendors or give us some updates on where we might find replacements for the little whale spring
I
toy.
did get one name to Josh, but just got it to him like yesterday, so
Okay.
he probably hasn't even had a chance to think about it yet.
One of the other things is the swing set that is there is missing. One of the swings is broken in the chain and the other ones are pretty old and probably should be replaced. There again, is that a vendor that we worked with, or do we have to go and find a new vendor and get a quote and get those replaced?
Well, those are pretty readily available through any of the swing set places. That information that I gave Josh, that gal should be able to set them up easily with chains and swing seats.
We can talk then afterwards, Josh.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I'm, trying to get my list for next week, but it's pretty full already, so.
Or if you know what's needed, Gary, you could even call her.
Yeah, I could just, if I can just get the name, I can also follow up on it.
Yeah, okay.
I know they eventually want to remove that swing set and put a different mechanism, another toy thing in there, but all the things that I've looked at so far that would replace that they have suggested are tens of thousands of dollars. And I don't see us making that happen this year for sure. So the swings look like they've got it. The other piece of follow-up on that was the door and the lock system that we are going to put in place for this coming season. And we talked just briefly, Logan, that it's in and that you thought you could install it at some point soon.
Yeah, so I just talked with Tiffany about it and
I had ordered a lock for it, but it's the wrong kind. So I need to get Logan showed me the right one to order. So
I see.
I'll get that ordered right away and it shouldn't take too long to get here, I don't think, but.
Okay,
I
so,
can install them in less than 5 minutes.
well, the installation then is set up. But the usage is still in question, I think, how it works and what's the process that we're gonna have going forward with people that rent the pavilion. And that's something we should probably get in place. Is that something we just do on a side discussion without the board, just Tiffany and I and maybe Logan? Or anybody
And
else?
Leah will be involved because she sets
Leah?
up she handles the calendar and stuff.
Is that something the three of us could work out? Why don't we just plan a discussion for sometime in the near future then? And once the lock is in, we'll go from there. But so how the lock works, can you share a little bit on how that actually works?
Yeah, so you can put 25 different codes in, otherwise you have a program code. You just punch in the code and then you just enter what 4-digit number you want, and there you go. You have yes program, then you can go in and you can eliminate that code and put a new one in.
And you,
So whoever goes and inspects the plate, I'm assuming on Monday, someone goes there they can just go there and they'll know what the program code is. They just punch in the program code, eliminate that code, and then put in a random 4-digit code, and there's the code for the next user.
okay, just, you can't, there's no remote use of that. It has to be done right there.
No, because we've looked at that, and the problem is you'd have to
No
have
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi.
right, okay, just.
So no matter what option, if you don't have Wi-Fi, somebody's gonna have to go.
Yeah. All right, so then just helping our discussion on how we're gonna handle the contract, who gets the code. Once it's in, it's not a one-time use, that person has that code until it's changed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whoever goes there and gathers it up, generally, so like what I do with my buildings is I have my own maintenance code. I can get in all the apartments, same code,
Right.
but then the tenants have their own codes, but then when somebody moves out, I wipe all the codes, and so they would have access until the next day or whenever somebody goes there. But again, it's their deposit. If something's damaged, they're ultimately liable for it. So I doubt that anybody's gonna be going back in,
Yeah,
and then you don't have to punch in the code to lock it. You just press the button and turn the deadbolt and it just locks.
it's locked, yeah, okay. All right, then that's what we'll do. We'll set up a meeting and lay some things out and get this done. Any questions from anybody else on that?
Is there a reason why you don't wanna put internet on it? Just a thought, I mean, it runs right in the road.
I think that'd be a good idea.
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, makes sense. I mean, otherwise you've got somebody going there and going back. And that's part of the question as to the system is the person that needs to go and come back. And that's contingent on a couple of things, so good suggestion.
So how much is a Wi-Fi router? And who would maintain that?
Service.
That's getting the service in there.
In the long run, that might save us.
Well, does somebody have to go there anyways, shortly after to inspect it?
Inspect it.
Let's check it in between, so they don't check it right away. What we do now is somebody goes and unlocks the building. And there's a key that hangs in the back, so when people are done, they lock the bathroom doors, the deadbolts, and then they lock the deadbolt on the pavilion, and then they have to bring the key back here, because if the key doesn't show up in the drop box, they're not getting their deposit back. And then the attendant would go and make sure that everything got cleaned up and the garbage got removed and things like that. That's the current procedure. So you don't technically have to meet anybody there at a set time either way at the park.
And you won't have to, before, I mean, you give them their code and the,
Yep.
you know,
Save one visit, basically. By the, well, you don't even save a visit, because he only goes when it's done. He doesn't have to be there to open it.
Yes. But they go and unlock it. They just don't have to meet them there to unlock it. They just unlock the rear man door. The roll-ups are pulled down.
Right,
They just unlock that door. So then we always instruct people to go in that rear man door, and then from there we can open it.
so you're not, so by doing this, you're saving the trip going there.
One trip,
But you,
right.
but then you're going there sometime after the fact. But again, the door's locked. They don't have to come and drop off a key. In case they forget something in the building, someone's not getting called in, because they can just go and punch the door code right back in.
It's battery operated?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the battery out.
And it's
wireless. I don't know that we need
I don't think we
Wi-Fi
need
out there.
Wi-Fi.
And it's maybe $120 lock.
Yeah, right.
And it's light commercial, residential. It's a good heavy duty lock.
Okay, sounds good.
Ruth,
No,
Wait.
no more discussion necessary.
No, I'm done.
Oh, as far, oh, I thought you were continuing. No, nothing further. Sorry.
okay, besides the fire department, I went to, Carlton County Comprehensive Plan meeting last night, their 2050 plan, so they're putting together a comprehensive plan like we did not too long ago. They had a meeting last night in Scanlon, and that was more for, maybe some of the areas that didn't come to their original meetings because they started these last fall. And, they felt like, one of the commissioners felt like maybe Scanlon was maybe left out, so they had this meeting last night. There wasn't a lot of people there, maybe 25. But it was just a chance to kind of be part of their comprehensive plan, because we do pay a lot of taxes to Carlton County, so it was nice to throw out some ideas and mark up some big maps with markers, and that'll come together here in the next, it'll be finalized, I think, early next year. So it's kind of in the middle of their process right now. So I think I'll keep going to those meetings and help them out with that. Other than that, that's all I've got. Logan?
I'm not really doing anything. Had our final year-end meeting with community ed. Big news there is Michelle Carlson's tenure is coming to an end. So, I don't think I should announce who the replacement is going to be. Not entirely sure if they've even settled, but we're gonna leave that alone. I'll let them announce it, but yeah, so her time is winding down. So if you see her passing, thank her for all of her years and bigger and better things. That's all I got.
All right, Tiffany.
Josh gave me the applications that he would like to interview for, so I just want to confirm who's on that interview panel for Public Works Supervisor and what day you would like to schedule interviews, and I can reach out to those people and get interviews scheduled.
Do you want to take a day off of work and do that, or do you want me and Gary to do it?
Yeah, why don't you two do it?
Okay.
And
Gary,
then the
you okay
other
with that?
question
Yeah, I'm
is,
fine with that. You were just gonna mention Nathan?
Yes, I was gonna see if, you know, it was suggested that maybe since Nathan Feiss works so closely with Public Works, maybe he can in some way be involved with that process, whether you want him there in person or if you just want him to provide some questions that would be good to ask, or if you want him there just so he can give his feedback to you, or if you don't want him involved at all, but I don't know if you want him involved in some way, just as somebody who's
Nathan,
working.
you wanna sit in on some interviews?
I'd be happy to be involved in whichever way or not way you guys want.
What do you think, Gary?
I'd be happy to have you, but I recognize that you're a busy guy. This would take probably 3 or 4 hours. There's four
Somebody ever
people.
gonna,
I have 4.
4?
3 or 4 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
just to be generous,
Probably 2 hours.
probably. 2 hours of your time. I think it's,
Okay, yeah, let's, set them up.
you're up to it.
So
Is there
what,
any-
yeah, is there a day that works best for you guys?
Sooner the better, just because we need them, right?
Yeah,
First week in June somewhere?
boy, if we could push it to the second week, then school would be out and I'm a lot more flexible.
Okay.
Well, and that gives them more time to clear their calendar.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so why don't you set them up? I'm available, I think, every day that same week of June. How about you, Gary? The 8th through the 12th?
Yeah.
Midweek, maybe the 10th?
10th, as long as it's after afternoon.
Trying to set something up for then.
10th afternoon, sure. Do you do like half-hour windows?
I think for that,
Or do you want longer, 45-hour windows? How do you want it?
45 minutes should be plenty. Even half an hour, really.
Yeah,
Let's do half an hour.
Half-hour windows?
If somebody runs a little bit over, that's okay.
Okay. Sounds good. I will get that scheduled. I think, that's all I have. I'm just, yeah, I'm still working on collecting more, proposals and stuff for the accounting software, but that's still in process.
Right?
Nathan, does the 10th work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I got.
All right, Dave?
Nothing.
All right,
I'd like to just make a real acknowledgement for Nathan Barta for going down to the state legislature on our behalf. That's been a lot of your time and you were successful. Kudos to you. Thanks so very much. I don't think we appreciate it as much as we should because you put a lot into that. Thank you.
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you, Nathan.
Was there a motion to adjourn in there too?
Oh, yeah. Motion to adjourn as well.
And a second from Logan. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Both in sign.
Get that.
Bit of a short one.
I did not.
Barnes.